The fish breeders of Idaho may be considered a small fish in a big pond when it comes to fish processing plants, but they're doing big things in the world of caviar.
We're not large, but we do a good job of what we do.
Leo Ray and his wife started the company back in 1968 in California, but moved to Idaho a few years later for one reason.
There's more high-quality water within 20 miles of us than any other place in the world.
Using the geothermal water of the Hagerman Valley, they focused originally on raising catfish. That eventually extended to tilapia, and then in 1988, they introduced sturgeon with the help of the College of Southern Idaho and Idaho Fish and Game, which eventually led to harvesting caviar. But caviar isn't something that's produced overnight. It actually takes around 10 years for a sturgeon to develop eggs.
We have to grow these fish for 10 years. A lot of money invested in that fish when you're feeding it for 10 years.
So how is caviar made? Well, after the fish is mature, they biopsy it, and then they biopsy it again, sometimes up to 10 times before they determine the fish is at its ripest point for making caviar.
It's that individual attention you put to each fish as killing it at just the right time to get the highest quality caviar.
When the fish is ready, they first stun it and then kill it and remove the ovaries.
And this is done in a special room by itself, so no contamination going into the caviar room.
From there, they use a screen to separate the eggs from the ovaries and wash the eggs. Add 4% salt, the only preservative they use, and then using tweezers, they go through yet again and hand pick out any impurities.
Then the product is ready to put in a tin, and we store it at about 26 degrees.
That is until it's sold and shipped off.
Our main market for caviar is on the East Coast. We do put a lot up in the Seattle area.
Most of it ends up in extremely high-end restaurants. The cost? A 1,000-gram tin typically sells for $1,000.
That's what we sell it for, and it'll sell for 4 to 5 times that by the time it's broken down and served in the restaurant.
But Leo says China has stepped up and is shipping caviar in for a fourth of the price. But he isn't scared. That's because he says people who are purchasing caviar don't care about the cost. They care about the quality.
I haven't eaten much caviar other than our own, so I'm not too good at comparing our caviar to everybody else's. But my customers have, and they all tell us that we are producing the best caviar that's being produced on a farm anywhere in the world.
Leo says many of the people who are eating caviar don't even know where Idaho is, let alone that it's producing arguably some of the finest caviar in the world. But regardless, he's proud that his product is made right here in Idaho. Lacey Darrow, 6 on your side.